Here we go. And we're going to start working on A major first of all. Here's your low A. Let's do a long, slow A major where you tune your notes. Ready, go. How did everybody feel about that? Especially the G string and the D string. Was it okay? Arpeggio. Ready? Go. Now, mine was not bad, but it wasn't exactly absolutely perfect, so we're going to have to do it all again. And at this point, at this speed, please try to tune your notes. Try to match me before you move on. Okay, let's do it again. Same speed. Ready, go. Arpeggio. Okay, so I'm getting better. That was much better. I still had the C sharp out though on the G string. I had to bring it in, and I did it again. I think I mentioned it last time, or I said it to somebody. But I roll kind of. Like I have my finger there, and I'm flat fingered, so I don't have any more reaching power. So I got to kind of roll to the side to get a little sharper. See that combination of pressure and rolling to get that in tune. Whatever you got to do. Now, let's pick up the pace a little bit and see if it still stays good. Okay? A little bit quicker. Ready, 2, 3, go. okay? I had one note out of tune and it was my high A. I can't believe it. I play that note like 300 times a day and it was out of tune. It was sharp. Let's do it again. One more time at that speed. You're going to be glad for all this practice because Big John it's a workout in the key of A. Ready, 2, 3, again. Feeling good? Everybody warm? As warm as you can be in a Scottish key, like A? Okay, Big John McNeil. Everybody seeing it now? I don't know what happened to Bill. He left. Hopefully he comes back. Okay, so now let's see. Where did I put it? Desktop. Search. Big John McNeil. Okay, now first of all, I'm going to remind us of how it goes by playing it at a moderate speed so you guys can kind of remember it. Okay? We did do it a long time ago, I think. Did we? We never did it? This is a brand new tune. That's good. We need one. We've been, you guys have been so good at continually working on this stuff and getting better and better at it. More in tune and more steady and solid and all that stuff, but definitely a new tune is in order. So let me play it a couple times, regular speed, so you can start to get it kind of rolling around in your head. It's like every dance in Canada. It's got that too. Now, although it's a bit of a workout, it's only really a workout because of the key. That's the main, and I should say also, you're using the whole fiddle to play the tune. All 4 strings, the entire range of your fiddle in first position. So it's, that's a challenging aspect of it. But mostly, you might see there, somebody had written in the music already, arpeggio, scale. See that? Arpeggio, scale. And it's really, really cool because it's true. Now, I'm going to now that you guys are looking at it there, I'm going to go a little bit slower and I'm going to play it while you're looking at it. And I want you to see what I mean by it being an arpeggio and a scale. Okay? very arpeggiatic, and in the second part even more so. And then you got the big scales, and that's all this tune is. Hey, Bill,
Right.
you're back. That's
I'm
good.
back.
We're just taking a long, slow look at Big John McNeil here. Now let's take a look at the first part. That's the real arpeggiatic part. So you start off with a full-on A arpeggio and you stop at F. So see that? And then you play an F, and then go back and do those two notes again. Now you go all the way to the A, and then back to the F, and you get to do it all again differently. Okay?
Yeah. Dan,
Yeah. Yes.
I don't have that Big John McNeil or whatever.
I'll put it up on my screen here, Bill. I'm looking at it anyway.
Can't send it.
I did send it.
I see it there now, but I didn't have it. I didn't have it before.
Okay, I'll make sure I send it to you, but here it is. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now, yeah, very, very arpeggiatic. Now, do you see the most repeated note in those two bars there? The most repeated note, and it's an E, a D1. And there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in those first two bars. Now, the way that I deal with that is I just leave my first finger down on the D string right through that, pretty well that whole passage. Watch my hand while I play that passage. Is that good? That's pretty good. And I put it on two strings. See that? And then I can kind of go back and forth. Here's the A, here's the E. Here's the A, here's the E. Okay? I'm going to do that again slow. That's how you do that. Okay? So you plant your 1, and then you play your 3, and then roll over, play the D1. Okay? And then D2, back to the 1, over to the C, back to the 1, A string, back to the 1, G3 again, back to the 1, 2, 1, over to the C, and then the E again. So that's a lot of E's. And you just got to get to know the notes that are around all the E's. Okay? So we'll try that passage really nice and slow. And whoever had this music before also put in all those 3s. And you can save yourself some time by seeing and noticing that the 3 is always followed by a 1, a D1. And again, it's just because it's the shape of the arpeggio. Okay? And we'll give it a try here. Okay, long G1, and then a 3, and then a D1. We'll go nice and slow. Ready, 2, 3, go. 3, 1, 2, 1, 3. Okay, did that work out? Kinda? Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, forgot to mute somebody here. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Now that's looking like it's working. Let's do it a couple of more times like that. Now, do you notice also, I should point out, if you can get this off the right off the bat, it'd be really, really good. The first note there, the long A, is going to be your down bow. The next two notes, do you see how there's a slur on the next two notes written in there. Okay? That's going to be an up bow. If you can do it. If you can't do it, we can sort of add that technique to it as we get the tune. But it's what they call an up bow slur, and you do the C and the E in one bow. See that? That's how that works there, and it's going to make the rest of it, the string changing. It's going to make the string changing work if you do that up. Okay. Now let's try that passage again. Excuse me. If you can keep that one down, and if you can do that slur, that'd be great. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, does that work? Do it again. Ready, 2, 3, go. One more time to be sure. Ready, 2, 3, go. Now, how are we doing with that phrase? Everybody getting that phrase? Anybody having a problem with it that I can help with? That's great. Now, it comes a couple more times, so we need to get good at it. Let's try it a couple of... Oh, whoops. Sorry. I forgot I was sharing my screen, and I totally covered the music with the text. Okay, so let's try it a couple of more times just exactly at that speed. 1, 2, 3, go. One more for the rock. Ready, go. Okay, now the next lick is where you got to do the first bar of that, but then it changes to this scale, and it's really easy. So you start off doing the long one again, and then C to E, F, E, C, E, F, and then the A, down we go. See that? And it's all the notes in the scale. That's a full A major scale right down to the bottom. So let's try that. This is the second two bars, the next two bars of Big John. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, A, down we go. Do it again. Same exact thing. Ready? 2, 3, go. And then you do the first phrase again. How's that feeling? Is it fitting in there? You see that's how that scale works there? Now somebody's written a 4 above that A. Do you notice that? And that's where instead of playing the open A, you would play D4. And sometimes it can be quite handy. Okay? It's the same notes. It sounds different. Here's your D4. Here's the A. That same note, but it sounds different. It sounds a lot quieter. But it's handy in a pinch. Watch my hand here. So instead of this, it's just this. And you don't have to change strings. That's why somebody's written that in there. It can be handy. It also, my friend Kim used to say, you don't want to end up being a three-fingered fiddler. And I really do agree with him. I don't use my fourth finger very much for the actual notes. I use it for ornaments and for the high B. But it should be strong, and you should always keep it in your mind to strengthen that four and be able to use it if you need to, because I do use it. In a pinch, it can be very handy. It can also be handy in this first phrase. You see how they have it here? That's another handy one there. Now, I kind of encourage you to get better at the string changing, but if you need that four, it can be a good way to get through that. Okay. Now let's try these second two bars just a couple of more times. You can use the four or not use the four, whatever. Use the force, and let's see if we can get through that. Okay. Ready, 2, 3, go. One more time to be sure. Ready, go. Okay, now the next two bars are exactly the same as the first two bars, so we already know them. Now we got to get the ending, and it's really neat. It's a scale in thirds, which we have done before in a different key. So and I also call it odds and evens. So you got 1 3, 2 open, 3 1, open 2, 1 3, 1 3, out we go. See that? Odds and evens. I'll show you. And then that last bar there is just 1 3 1 3, except on two different strings, the D string and then the A string. 1 3 1 3. And 2 open open to finish. And that's the end of Big John. Like the end of the first part. The second part ends with a big scale. Now, let's see if we can do this little scale in thirds. Last two bars of the A part of Big John. Last two bars of the second line. 1 and then 3. 1, 2, 3, go. 1 3, A 1 3. 2, do it again. Again. It's kind of fun, eh? And again, watch my bow when I do it. So not like that at all. Just nice little movements with the hand for when we're going fast. Now, how's that feeling? You think that's in there? Let's do it a couple more times. I'm not positive. Last two bars of the first part. 1, 2, 3, go. Again. That looks great, guys. Everybody looks like they have that. You feeling okay? Okay. So now we're going to roll our shoulders. I'm going to take a drink of this sparkling water, and we're going to try the whole A part. Okay. From the top, long A. 1, 2, 3, go! Any survivors? Yeah? Good. I'm going to move you guys over to where the camera is, because otherwise I think it doesn't look like I'm looking at you. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, just going to check in. Is that going okay? Good. That's great. Now, should we do it a couple more times a little quicker? I think we should. Just pick up the pace a tiny bit. It actually sort of makes sense to the ear a little bit better, but not much. Just a tiny little bit of a hustle. Okay, let's see if that'll work. We'll do it twice. 1, 2, 3, go. Good? Good. Okay, so now, second part. Now the second part is kind of more repetitive, I would say, than the first part. And we got this A thing, like you notice in the first two bars, you see how many open A's there are? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeps coming back to open A. So, and it just kind of goes E, A, F, A, E, A, C, D. See that? And then you kind of do it again. And then a little scale down. And then you do it again. And then you do this little ending. So let's try getting that whole line. It's so simple. And the bottom note is always an A there. Right through that whole passage. You keep coming back to that open A. Okay? So let's try it. Let's see if we can do it. So A2, A3, open E, and then you start switching back and forth. So get your A2 ready. We're doing the pickup. And do the pickup in the two pickup notes, do them in an up bow. 1, 2, 3. And then threes. 2, 3, 1. Okay? So that's threes, the 3 to the 3. And then 2 to the 3. And then long 1. Okay, now that's a rollover situation. That's where you want to do a rollover with your third finger from the A string to the E string. So let's try that again, guys. The 2 and the 3 in the up bow. 1, 2, 3. E, A, F, A, E, A, C, D, E. There you go. Did that work? The last little lick there is a bit hard. I don't know if we've done that rollover a whole lot. Not with the third finger anyway. That's how I do it. See that? Lay my third finger over those 2 strings. And then it's just a matter of getting the third out of the way. See that? That's how I do that. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again right away. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time to be sure, because we got to do it again later. Ready, 2, 3. Okay, now the next line is very similar. Actually the first 2 bars are exactly the same as the 2 bars above it, except that we do this scale thing. So we do all the same thing. Long E, and then we go up to the A, back down with a little jog, and then back up. See how that works there? It's a nice little lick. Very cheerful. So let's do there. It's going to be bar 14, 15, 16. Bar 16 and 17. Let's try doing that. That is the 4th line down, 3rd bar in. We're going to do the pickup. Oh, whoops. So I'm talking about right here. This is where we're starting right here. Okay? Let's give it a try. It's a little scale. Right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. let's do it again. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. One more time to be sure. Ready? 2, 3. Okay. How's that feeling? Is that there? That's good. You see, if you know the scale, you're pretty well good. Now, by rights and theoretically, we should be able to play all of this, all of this, and all of this, and all of this. See that? And then we just got this ending. The ending is really easy. Ignore this number 2 ending here. Okay, that's just kind of that's the way they want to end it, like for an arrangement. But we're not doing that. We're just going to do this ending, which is the most common ending, this big scale down. Okay, so, and it's really easy. Look, 3, 2, 3, and then down you go. All the way down the scale to the bottom. That's it. So I kind of think that we should just go right from bar 9 up here and go right to the end. Okay, because we actually kind of have all the bits we need. So let's give it a try and see what happens. And I'll go slow, don't worry. Nice and slow. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 3, 2, 3, down we go. And that's the bottom. See how that works there? It's actually a very simple tune. The hardest, like I said, the hardest part is the string changing and the key. That's why it's so good to practice, though. Are there any questions or problems before we take the grinder to this second part? Does it need some grinding?
What happens after the first ending? Where do you go?
After the first ending, you play the tune again.
From the very top?
Yes.
And then you play the repeat, and then
Oh, I should also say that there's a misprint in this tune, or actually, it's not a misprint. You see the repeat at the very end? That means repeat the whole tune.
Okay, and when you finish off with the first ending, because you said the second ending was a little off?
Yeah, you can do both of them. It doesn't really matter, but I'll show you what it sounds like. So this is with the first ending. Done. See that? Or done. Either one is fine. But the big long scale down to the bottom would be the way more popular ending.
Okay. All right. Good.
Does that make sense? And then, yeah, that repeat sign means for the whole tune, because if you notice, the second part is twice as long as the first part. So it's just fully written out. Okay, we're going to take the grinder to it. Put your safety goggles on. 220 grit sandpaper. 1, 2, 3. Let that go, all right? Again! 1, 2, 3, go! Oh my God! I thought we were doing the whole tune, but we're doing the B part, just the B part. It's enough. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it one more time or maybe 2 more times. Okay, just getting it. Oh, good. That's great, Heather. That was 3 minutes ago, so that's a very good sign. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. First part. Hold on, sorry. Gotta get this on here for Bill. Okay, second time around. The A part. Ready, 2, 3, go. Now that looks really good. It looks like everybody's able to get that. Is that everybody kind of getting comfortable with it? That's great. That's great. Now let's do it like 3 more times, the whole tune. Okay? So shake out your hand if you have to, or whatever, do a line of Coke or whatever you normally do to get ready to do something, and let's do it 2 times. There's 3 times. We'll do it 3 times. Ah, all right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go! dance is over. That's Big John McNeil, people. It's a really, really great tune and a very important tune to have, especially for a Canadian. It's the Pan-Canadian Celtic tune. So work on it mindfully, okay? Try a couple things you're going to try to do. You're going to try to, with the intonation, you're going to try to lock that first finger down, leave it down for most of the tune, and be moving everything around that, okay? The other thing you're going to do is with your bow. This is an excellent tune to practice in the doorway. Excellent to have something to stop your elbow from doing this for the string changing. And if you're not having a problem with that, if your elbow is pretty good and stationary, then you want to watch your forearm. If you watch me play the tune, you can see what your eventual goal is. See that? And even when I'm going down that scale, see how my hand goes over and my elbow follows. Okay, so not this. Not like that. Your hand, you should be able to do it with no elbow at all. But yeah, I do let it come up a little tiny bit after my hand. Okay, so those are the two things. Remember, it's really hard to work on a bunch of stuff. You're just going to work on two things. Yes, Lena.
Question about putting that one finger down on two strings. And maybe it's just the size of my finger, but I find like in order to put my finger down on both strings, I have to flatten it like this.
So,
I can't really do that. And it really hurts to push down for that long with it like that.
I would not recommend it. What you want to do, the flattening is fine, but if you have to flatten, do it like that rather than like that. See that? Just lay the finger. Try to do it with as little pressure as possible. And also remember that unless you're playing the double stop, you only need the pressure on whatever string you need the one on. See that? So I kind of just let it linger there, and I just kind of push on the string I need when I need it. So I call it leaning, right? Okay. So that's another thing that'll be really good to work on with this particular tune. And we will flesh it out next week, and we will be at regular time next week, so we don't keep poor Debbie up, because she's obviously exhausted from giving all the pills to everybody. And so anyway, so that was great. Big John McNeil. Work at it mindfully, slowly, and we'll see you next Thursday, guys. Thanks a million. Bye-bye.